everyone. So in this video, we're going to see how to prepare the org for the approval process. Okay. So before starting to create the approval process, we should first actually prepare the org for the approval process. Okay. So there are some kind of prior configurations we have to do in our org before starting to the creation process of the approval process. Okay. So in this video, we are going to see how to prepare your org for the approval process. Okay. So let's quickly jump to the slide and see what are all those configurations. Okay. So first we have to create a exclusive app page for our approval process. Okay. So in order to have a smooth navigation between the objects and everything, so we can actually create an app page for our approval process. And also we are going to create a default home page for our app. Okay. So let us quickly jump to the org and set the app page and home page. Okay. So now I am in my org. Okay. So just go to the setup and in your quick find, okay, we are going to go to the app manager to create the new app. Okay, so go to the app manager, and in the app manager we have an option to create a new lightning app. Just click this button. Okay, I hope many of you know how to create the lightning app, right? So I'm going to give the name as QWERTY approval process. Okay, you can give any name. I'm going to give this name. Okay, and go next. And we don't have to set anything here, just leave it as it is and go next. And here also we need not set anything, go next. Okay, in the navigation items, so we are going to choose the objects with which we are going to work. Okay, so actually when we are discussing about the scenario in the previous video, we have discussed that we are going to create an approval process for the opportunity object of the QWERTY Silcan exporters, right? So I'm going to choose the opportunity object. Okay, so let me choose the opportunity. Okay, so let us also have account and contacts in hand in our app. Okay, and I'm going to choose contacts. So one more object we are going to choose now. So which is nothing but the approval request. Okay, so whenever the approval requests are being submitted, those record details will be available inside this object. Okay, so it will also be handy for us when we're actually creating the approval process. So we are also going to choose this particular object here. Okay, so now we have chosen some 4 objects for our approval process. Okay, these are all the objects we are going to have in our app. Okay, so go next. Okay, now in this particular place, you are going to choose the profiles for which this app should be visible. Okay, so here I'm going to give the system administrator first. Okay, so system administrator should have the access to this particular app. And then, so I have created few users. I'll show to you. So in that, one of the user is actually having the standard user profile. So I'm going to choose the standard user profile so that this app will be visible for that user also. Okay, I hope it is clear, right? So we have made the app visible for these 2 users, sorry, these 2 profiles. Okay, and save and finish this. So now we have created a exclusive app for our approval process. Okay, so this is the app what we have created. Okay, so what is the next step we have discussed in the slide is we are going to create a default home page. Okay, to do that, just click this drop down at the end and just choose the edit. Okay, so we are going to create a home page for our QWERTY approval process app. Okay, so once you click this, this will be redirected to the Lightning app builder. So wherein you can actually create your pages here. Okay, so this is our app, right? What we have created recently. So click this pages. I hope you're able to see here, right? So click this pages option to create a new home page. Okay, so I'm going to click this and choose the new page. Okay, so what type of page we are going to choose? We are going to choose what type of page we are going to create is home page. Okay, so just click this home page. Okay, and go next. And here you can just give any name for your home page. I'm going to give it as my home page. Okay, so anything you can give as a label for your home page and go next. Okay, so here you can choose the template, what type of template you want to have in your home page. So I'm going to leave it as it is. So I'm going to choose this template and done. Okay, so this is the place we are going to create our own home page. We have created our own home page. You can see here. So we have created our own home page for the QWERTY approval process app. Okay. So now what is the next requirement is we are going to do some kind of activation. So we have to activate this particular page. Okay. So how to activate it? Let us just click this activation. You can see here the activation, right? So just click this activation. and a screen will pop up for us. Yes. Okay. So in this, you have three options. Okay. Org default, app default, and app and profile. So I'm going to choose this app default. Okay. And I'm going to assign to apps. Okay. So what is the app we have created? We have created this approval process, QWERTY approval process app. Just click this and next. Okay. So now you can see here, previously before the assignment, system default page was there for the app. Now, once we have actually chosen my home page, which is actually exclusive home page, what we have created for ourselves is actually assigned to this particular app. Okay. Now, my home page is actually the default home page for the QWERTY approval process. Okay. Just to save this. Okay. Now you can actually use this space to configure your own components. Okay, you can just click and drag from the left side whatever components you want to make it appear for the particular app. Okay, so for what purpose we are creating this home pages, I'll just scroll down here. You can see here there is one important component here. You can see the items to approve. Okay, so for this particular component only we are creating the home page. Okay, so what it is going to does is whenever a user is submitting a approval request. Okay, so this items to approve component, when you just click and drag this here in the home page, it will automatically display the records that are actually waiting for approval. Okay, so the system administrator or the approver who is going to approve your records need not search for the records. So this will give the user a easy interaction, right? The user interaction is going to be very easy for the person who is going to approve the record. Okay, so he can just come here and just click the approve or reject or whatever he just wants to do with that record. He can do that very easily from this particular component. Okay, so it is going to be very helpful for us when we create the approval process. You will know how it is going to be helpful for us. Okay, so this is why we are actually creating the home page. Okay, now you can also keep other components. If you want to have something else also, we can just click and drag from here. Okay, so for what purpose we are creating the home pages, to have this items to approve component here, it is going to give us easy access to the records whichever is waiting for approval. Okay, just to save this. Okay, and let us now go back to the previous page. And now let us check whether we have done everything correctly. Okay, just click this app launcher and type the QWERTY approval process, because that is our app name, right? So let us just click open this. Fine. So we have got all the 4 objects, whatever we have actually chosen in our navigation items. So I'm going to choose one more tab here. Okay, go to this navigation bar, pencil icon, just click this and click this add more items and come to this all. Okay, and in this just type the home. Okay, so just click this add button and just click add one navigation item and save this. Okay, so you'll automatically see the home tab will be available for you. So this is the home page what we have created as a default home page for our app. Okay, you can see here the items to approve component what we have placed is appearing here. Okay, so this is how we will be actually creating a home page for our app page. Okay, so this is the basic things we have done. So we have actually completed some few important steps for our approval process. Okay, let us go back to the slides and see what is the other configuration we have to do. Okay, so this thing we have done, right? Next one is we have to create a exclusive pick list field in the opportunity object. Okay, so because we are going to work on the opportunity object. Okay, in the previous video, we have discussed that we are going to create an approval process on the opportunity object of QWERTY Silcan exporters, right? So in order to actually represent the status of your record. Okay, so in what status your record is. Okay, whether it is in the pending state means if the record is submitted for approval. Okay, and if it is approved, you are going to change the status of this particular pick list to approved. Okay, so for all these kind of actions we need this particular field in the object. Okay, so we have seen in the previous video that we have many actions, right? Initial submission actions and final approval actions, and all those actions we have, right? In every action, we also have some kind of field update, like email alert, task, right? We can do many other actions also. So for every actions, we can have the field update. Okay, to do that field update in the approval process, we have to create exclusively a pick list field. Okay, you can just create this pick list field in your org. Let us go to the org now and click this opportunity object. Okay, and go to the setup and go to the edit object. Okay, and I am in my object manager. So of opportunity. Okay, we are in the object manager of opportunity, and quickly create a pick list. I hope everyone knows how to create a pick list, right? Just click new and create a new pick list field. Okay, let us quickly create this. And I'm going to give the name of the field as approval status. Okay, and just choose the second option, enter values with each value separated by a new line, and just type in the values whatever you want to have. So I'm going to have pending, so which going to represent the action whenever the record is submitted for the approval. Okay, so this is, we have two more, approval, and also we have the rejected. Okay, fine. So these are all the three values we have got in the approval status field. Just go next. Okay, and let us click the visible for all the profile. Okay, let us choose this for all the profiles and just go next. Okay, and just save this. Okay, so make sure that this field is actually appearing in your opportunity page layout. Okay, let us go to the page layout and let us go to the opportunity layout and let us check whether this field is appearing in our page layout. Okay, so let us scroll down. So it is available here. Okay, so we have added the pick list field in our opportunity object. Okay, this is also done now. So let us quickly save this. Okay, now let us go back to the slides and see what more configurations we have to do. Okay, so these two things we have done now, right? So the next thing is I have done other set of configurations already in my org. Okay, I don't want to waste time by creating email templates, which you all know already, right? So you have to create 3 email templates. Okay, by going to the classic email templates, you have to create 3 email templates. The first one is for the initial submission action. So we have seen in the previous video that there are different kind of actions, right? So whenever the record is actually submitted for approval, we'll be doing some configurations in the initial submission action. Okay, so in this we have an option to create a email alert. Okay, so prior to the email alert, you have to create an email template. You have to configure the email template accordingly. Okay, because this email template is required for the manager. Okay, we are going to send a request to the manager, so according to that you have to create an email template. Okay, I'll show you the or how I have created. Okay, and you have to also create a email template for the final approver action. So for example, if the manager is actually approving a request, so then if you have to receive a email from the manager, then this email template is mandatory. Okay, and the final rejection action, so if your manager is actually rejecting your record, okay, so in that case, if you want to receive a rejection email, then you have to configure a email template already. Okay, only then we can actually use those templates in the approval process. Okay, these email templates are mandatory if you have to create an approval process with email alerts. Okay, so or else we'll not be able to move to next steps in the approval process. Okay, I'll just go to the org and show to you how I have created. So I have gone to this home page and the classic email templates. Okay, so I'll show you what I have created. I have created 3 email templates. You can see here. Okay, so QWERTY high value opportunity final approval and QWERTY high value opportunity rejected, and one more thing also I have created. Okay, so likewise you can also create 3 email templates for the approval process. Okay, so these things you can just make sure that before moving on to the next video, you have to create 3 email templates. Okay, and the next step is we have to create 2 users. Okay, so for this approval process, you can actually create a new org if you're going to work along with me in the next video. Okay, but if you're having an org already and with the already existing users, if you want to proceed, then make sure that you're actually configuring accordingly what I'm going to say now in this video. Okay, so 2 users I have created already. One is Preeti. So according to our previous scenario, which we have discussed in the previous video, Preeti is going to be the sales rep of the QWERTY Silk exporters, right? So I have given her a standard user profile. Okay, so I have actually created a user and all those mandatory steps for creating a user, like resetting the password, all those things I have given. Okay, likewise, we have also got Steve. He's the manager. Okay, I have given him the system administrator profile. Okay, so I have actually activated both of them. Okay, you can do this. Okay, so I'll show you in the org what I have done. Just go to the user, and here I have got 2 users. Okay, so I have also created 2 users, Preeti sales rep and Steve manager is already 2 users. Okay, and I have also given exclusive email ID for them. Okay, so if you see here, I have created for Steve a separate email ID. Okay, this is for Steve. Okay, you can see here, and this is for Preeti. Okay, so they both have 2 different emails. Okay, so we can see the customized email received by both of them in the approval process. Okay, so these things I have actually already configured. You can also do that. Okay, so those things I have done, and then the next one is the most important thing is the last one. Okay, so you're going to set up the Preeti. Okay, Preeti is actually the sales rep of our scenario, right? So for whatever record she is going to create, she is going to submit for approval to the Steve. Okay, because Steve is the manager. Okay, so we know that Steve is manager, but we have to configure in the Salesforce also, right? How to configure it? Okay, we have to configure in Salesforce that Steve is the manager of Preeti. Okay, so whatever record she is going to submit for approval is going to reach to Steve only. Okay, so let us go to the org now. Okay, so in that, just click Preeti sales rep. Okay, this is the profile, right? Just click this name. Okay, in that, click edit and scroll down. So in this, we have a manager field. Okay, you can see here approver settings. We have an exclusive column for this. Okay, so in this, we have an option for manager. Okay, so if you choose the manager of Preeti as Steve here, automatically whatever request she is going to submit, and provided if you have configured in the approval process, it is going to be reached by Steve. Okay, it will be received by Steve. Okay, so now Steve is actually the manager of Preeti that we have configured, right? So this is very mandatory step, you have to do this. Okay, and save this. Okay, and that's the last thing we have done for this particular setting up the org. Okay, and for demo purpose, I want you to just do 2 more settings. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more settings. So because as we are going to swap between 2 users, okay, I have to swap between Preeti and also to Steve, right? So in order to reduce the time, okay, delay in the video, I'm going to do configuration. So every time I just don't want to log in again with the username and password, coming back again to the Preeti and again logging in as username and password. In order to reduce the timing in the login and logout process, I'm going to do 2 important settings here. Okay, one is I'm going to go to the login access policies. Okay, so in this, I'm going to choose. Okay, I'm going to choose administrators can log in as any user. Okay, so if I choose this option, I can log in as any user from the user page itself. Okay, if you see here, let us go back to the user and check that. Okay, so I hope many of you know this. Okay, just click this user. So you can see here, I have a login option here, right? So I can just easily log in from here itself instead of actually giving every time the username and password. Okay. The other option, what I'm going to do is one more configuration. What we are going to do is, so even if I log in as Steve from here, okay, if I log out, okay, if I log out from that particular Steve profile, my system administrator profile will also get logged out. Okay, then again I have to provide my credentials and come inside my org. Okay, to in order to avoid that, in order to avoid the time delay, so for demo purpose, I'm going to just do one more configuration, which is nothing but in the session settings. Okay, go to the session settings. Okay, but this is not a recommended practice. Okay, only for this demo, I'm just showing that we can just have this setting. So in order to reduce the time in the video, okay, I'm going to go to this place. You can see here. Yes. So force re-login after login as user. Okay. So once I log in as a user, my account will also get logged out, right? In order to avoid that, I'm going to remove this option. Okay, so I'm going to remove this option so that I will not be getting logged out every time. Okay, so this will reduce the time and we can actually complete the video in a very little time. Okay, just to save this. Okay, so all those settings are done now. Okay, we are ready to go with the approval process in the next video. So you can do all these configurations in your org and keep it ready to work along with me in the next video. Okay, so let us meet in the next video. Thank you.
If you are interested to learn Salesforce, visit AJ Skill Development website. There you can find our course curriculum and you can come to know about the list of courses we are offering. We are offering Salesforce Administrator and Salesforce Development courses. To know about us and the team, you can visit our About Us section. This is an organization we are doing Salesforce training from 2018, and we have trained and guided 2000 plus candidates so far. And if you also want to know about our placement assistance, visit our placement assistance section where you can find the list of people and the category. You can see the list of people who got trained and placed from our side. You can also visit their LinkedIn pages to get to know about our training and also the feedback from the relevant trainees. Okay. And also, if you want to do the course inquiry, click on contact us. You will see the form. You can fill the form and submit the inquiry. Our team will get back to us. Thank you.